So this is a painting. You'll need colors like white, yellow, like a darker yellow, brown, copper, gold, black, whichever kind of colors that are like yellowish to brown. To begin with, I'm going to paint white in kind of the top middle, and this is going to be kind of like the glow of the sun. So I'm going to paint a big white thing. Then with just a little bit of yellow paint, I am going to make that white kind of blend in and make it kind of a light yellow. Then around it, I'm just using the yellow just as normal, not blending it in with the white anymore, and going around like a U shape. Then I'm going to switch to this darker yellowish brown that we have and color the rest of the paper. Then way at the bottom, I'm going to do orange and try and blend in the orange on the bottom. So I'm working very quickly to make sure all my colors are blending together, and I'm always going in kind of this U curved pattern. Okay, then I'm going to be adding trees. So your trees are with all the colors that we just used, and you could even use copper or gold, whichever you would like. So our trees can be just like lines, that's fine, or you can add some branches to them. You can add leaves to them if you want. Your leaves, if you just like pounce with the brush or pat the brush on the paper, it kind of will make it look like leaves. So I'm using the yellow, that dark orange that we used. Right now I'm using a gold, and then I use the copper. Anything that's like yellowish brown color you can always use. And then yeah, feel free to add leaves. Make sure your trunks go all the way down into that orange part though. Otherwise you'll have floating trees. So the bottom of the tree needs to go at least down into the orange. Right, and then this is kind of getting bigger trees, and you can overlap them. That's totally just fine. And the brown obviously is going to stand out the most. So here's a couple brown trees, and then I'm going to do some black trees also. So some of my trees have leaves, some of them don't. You can decide however you want your trees to look. And then I'm going to add some grass with the brown. So you can either use a brush and kind of go in an upward motion with the kind of like making grass, or you can use the purple fan brush, and you get just a little bit of paint and then you pounce it on the paper, and this makes it look like little leaves or anything. You can also use that to add leaves to the trees. Alright, now I'm going to go in with my black, and I'm going to do some trees with my black. I'm just going to do a couple because it stands out a lot. So using the different colors, going from like the yellow to the darker colors, helps make it look like the light yellow trees are way in the back. So this helps make it look like there's depth, like things are further behind and things are closer. Now I'm just going to add some rocks on the bottom. This is where that deer is going to stand. And then I'm going to add some highlights to it with the brown. So I'm just going to go over things with the brown, like the trees and the ground and then the rocks, just to add a little extra details so it doesn't look just like a flat rock. So this is all with brown. And then my brush had still some like blackish brown color, so I just added it kind of everywhere else. Tie that in. Then you're going to let this dry, all the way dry, and then we're going to draw our deer. So I just looked like a deer silhouette on a rock, and I decided to choose this one. Then I'm going to be coloring with a colored pencil. a black colored pencil because the antlers are super tiny and it would be very hard to paint. So you'll draw it with a black colored pencil and the inside will get filled in with black paint. Now I'm going to use a small paintbrush with a little bit of black paint to fill in the inside and try and stay inside the shape as best as you can. Then whenever you have it the way you like, you can take off the tape and then you are done.